wide variety of beverages. We survey friends, families, and neighbors to gain more insight into how relevant our problem actually is in day-to-day life, and these are some of our main takeaways. First, we asked if people actually experience this often in situations like having guests over at their house, going to dinner parties, any special occasion, or even just dinner at the table with your family. We found that 86% do in fact have this annoyance commonly. We also wanted to look into other solutions besides cups, like coasters, because they are common in households and they're often the go-to for a lot of people. We found that 70% do actually use coasters, and although this might solve the problem for them, we know that there's room for a solution that can solve the problem entirely over our entire market. Of the 30%, included a fear response that they're just and their mind kind of outdated. Said they prefer a tall cup, and 30% said that
when we started coming up with what we would make our cup out of, we were debating between using plastic and glass. Ultimately, we decided on plastic due to better durability. We narrowed down our options to Triton and polycarbonate. We decided that Triton would be a better option because the polycarbonate scratches very easily. Triton does not shatter easily, and it's safe to put in the microwave and dishwasher. Polycarbonate also contains BPA, which is very harmful to the body. When we began researching different ways to create a cup that doesn't sweat, we came across the idea of using a double wall. Having two walls with a space in between would prevent the transfer of heat, which would then prevent our glass from sweating. We began researching different competitors that were on the market who created cups with double walls, and we decided to purchase some to evaluate them. We conducted a small experiment at home by distributing the cups between us, leaving them overnight filled with ice water. Addie left hers in a warm laundry room. I left mine in my kitchen at room temperature, and Jonah left his in his cool sunroom. When we were coming up with a name for our brand, we had a hard time finding one that fit our company. We wanted it to be memorable and have an elegant feel to it. After a lot of consideration, we decided on Clarity Glass, but we soon found out that Clarity Glass Warehouse already exists. Going back to one of our original ideas, we came to Lever. We didn't feel that it quite fit us yet, so we decided to adjust it by using the phonetic spelling, and from there we became Lever.
Next, our customer segment. For our customer segment, we're marketing towards middle-aged women with an above-average household income that are also in the workforce. We imagine someone like her living in a nice suburban house, driving a nice car. She likes to sit down with a book to relax, and enjoys hosting people over at her house for dinner parties and just guests in general. We want to cater to someone like this because she cares about the detail in her home, and we know she has the means to buy our drinkware because it aligns with her kind of lifestyle. Going further into that, for our total addressable market, our starting number was 167.5 million, which is the total amount of females in the United States from all ages, and we narrowed that down to 44.23% of those who are in the workforce, which gives us a final TAM of 70.09 million. We used that number as our starting for our serviceable addressable market and narrowed that down to 49.80% of those have an above average household income, and second, we narrowed it down further to 29.12% who are ages 35 to 45, because we know these women will not mind spending the money on our product and also are well established in their career and their household.
We all know that drinkware is a very large size. And with the trend, it is predicted that drinkware will increase throughout the years. With Triton, we see ourselves growing each year due to it being more safe, sustainable, and long-lasting material. Throughout the years, we see glass going down, the use of plastics going up. In the interest of keeping small but achievable goals, our next goal will be to create a prototype. By using the system of connecting our problem, research, mentor, and testing, we are currently in the stage of finding the perfect manufacturer we can trust to bring our vision into reality. Our plans for after our prototype is made, we will hopefully be getting these into our own website and others like Amazon. And for our business-to-business secondary market, we see ourselves implementing these into restaurants right around us so that we are able to create more data and get testing back from that. As you can see, directing your eyes back to the glasses, both of them were able to withstand the sweating because one of them is single-walled and the other one has a special material that is used. We are hoping to create a product using both of the pros of both of these products, but also making it our own. We thank you for your time and consideration, and on behalf of our team, we would like to apologize for the technical difficulties we were having.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we just going, Shelley, with our feedback?
Yes.
I thought all of you were great at presenting. You had great eye contact. You said all the information confidently. I do think that I had a tough time understanding what the product was just because of the technical difficulties. So if you could pull those up.
Yeah, I'll try and
load. Some of them loaded. I think just from a perspective of presenting, and this might go for everyone presenting here today, take your time until it works. Not a big deal. You own the room. It's your presentation. Yeah. So I think that would have been helpful versus just kind of skipping over it.
Yeah, sorry.
You were doing so well talking and there was nothing to show
Yeah.
for it. So yeah, just take your time and make sure it just works before. But overall, I really enjoyed the presentation and the information you presented. And I look forward to seeing the prototype if you have something in the next presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I loved your energy presenting. I think that came across. I love how you involve the audience right off the bat by asking a question. In general, I like the product because I can actually identify with the rings, and brewing the table. So that's something that I think is of interest. I'd say continue to engage whoever you're talking to. You mentioned the eye contact. Don't memorize. I know it's hard not to try to memorize everything because you don't want to miss anything. But if you know your product so well and you really know what you're going after, be confident in what you're going to be talking about. And it'll just come, more natural versus try to memorize everything. But overall, excellent job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I also agree with my counterparts. You guys did fabulous. Your opening was spot on. You were very confident and you really engaged. It was interesting to watch you guys pour the water. I mean, it was a full experience. I also like that you're all coordinated in your dress. Like you look like a unit. So that's great. Just a couple of things. I know you talked about some of the key features: sweat-proof, durability, size. I would just say if you can hone in on a couple of whatever your key messages are and repeat them often so that people really understand Lavere is this, Lavere is this, right? That will make your message stick. I also would recommend that when you are going through like your total addressable market and who your target is, that perhaps you walk us through. Before I say that, I will say the simplicity of your presentation is fantastic. So your slides are clean and clear. Your messages on the slides are clean and clear. When you get to the total addressable market, I would walk people through that a little bit more slowly. I would put your assumptions on there because while you did a great job articulating, just for people to reference, I think it's just easier. So this is not a negative feedback, Jonah, for you. It's just to help us when we're watching you and trying to take and tie what you're saying. So you did great. And the only other feedback that I would give is, you guys are amazing. Do not apologize. Like, you got to your slide with the, with the points. You don't need to say you're sorry. Like, just say, give me a minute, or whatever, but you have nothing to apologize for. Don't say you're sorry, and just keep on moving, because we're tracking with you. But overall, great job.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Well, everyone kind of reiterated the types of things, but the coordination and execution was phenomenal. I thought that you all knew what your lines were essentially, and the presentation was clean and crisp and to the point. Like Will said, I think you could slow down a little bit and engage a little bit more, go a little bit more freestyle than a totally memorized script. I love the idea. I wish it was real because I would totally use that at home. And then the only other question I had was you had mentioned that plastic was going up and glassware was going
Yes.
down. I think you'd want to address why that might be. If you were to present like an investor, they would want to know why you're betting on that versus the glassware.
Thank you so much.
Other than that, everything's phenomenal.
Thank you.
One thing, just really quick, at the end of your presentation, like if you are going to be doing this further, you may want to pull the tablecloth up at the end, right? Because we're like, okay, we believe you that they're not sweating.
Oh, okay.
But just to reinforce your point, you may want to say, like, show people, hey, we just sat there for an hour or whatever.
Okay.
And those don't sweat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, the market that you presented, you might want to expand on how you are going to go after them. Because if we're investors, we want to know how we're going to make money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's ultimately what pitches are for, right? So how are you guys going to make money for your product? Or, I mean, I know there's financial projections that are just kind of, you throw that out into the presentation. So you don't need to worry too much about that. But I would say more so, how are you going to sell this product? Would be helpful to possibly throw into the presentation.
I think there's even greater stats out there. I heard one the other day that I think 85% of the purchases come from women. And so I think your target market is probably there and probably even most of that market.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Do you want to pour those back in? Jonah, can you pour those back in?
Can you grab this? Do you just want to pour them in there? Okay.
I couldn't tell if I was sweating, so I just You're good. You're good. Here, Ellie. Hold on. Just put them here. Take this off. Here, we have to get these. What? Oh, can you?
Does the blue go up?
Yeah.
Oh, these are
Do it
mine.
on like your tie, Donovan. Do it on your pocket. Do you want me to do it?
Do it on your tie.
Do it on your tie.
Oh, okay.
Just put it like. Maybe a little lower. Put it like. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Make sure it's straight. Unpinch your shoulder.
Is that good? Let's go set up. So,
Jordan. Okay, so while our next group is getting ready, I would like to thank LeVere for doing a great job. I need a fan up here to keep me from sweating, hopefully like your cups will do. As we wait to transition into the next group, I want to take the time to thank the panel for being here. Mr. Jeff Fox, Mrs. Peggy Rastovac, Ms. Lisa Barron, and Mr. Will Savvy. Thank you for offering up your time to the INCubator program and being with us here today. You play an important role in this program, and this would not be possible without you. Thank you for your time and efforts, and we appreciate it. Next up, we have Power Play Cleaner.
Alright, so we are Power Play Cleaner. My name is Lucas Pancic. I'm a junior here. I play football and I'm the CEO.
my name's Donovan Day. I play football here, and I'm a CMO.
And my name is Charlie Luby. I'm the CFO and I play hockey here.
And we set out to solve a problem. Since we're all athletes, we have to deal with stinky and greasy gear all the time. And especially hits us hard because we all play contact sports with pads that we can't necessarily put in the washer. As some of you might know, I'm a parent to or a player of. This gear gets really bad if it goes untouched, and especially the greasiness of it can cause acne, and obviously the smell of it, not only just yourself, but also everyone around you, whether it be your parents, your friends, or anyone. I know some of you have walked down the athletic room hallway and smelled the football locker room. It gets really bad. Myself, being a football player, as an offensive lineman, I have a lot of extra gear I need to wear, such as knee braces and gloves. I found that my gloves got really bad during the season, and so I'd have to take them home almost every week to disinfect them and get rid of the stench and the bacteria.
I myself am a running back, and after games or practices, my shoulders and my body gets really banged up, so it's hard for me to clean my gear. So I need an easier way to do it.
And I myself am a hockey player. Hockey is all year round also, so in the winter time, I have to bring my pads into the house to let them dry off, and my parents hate it. They definitely would like a better solution to the ones we've had so far, which have not been very good, and that's why we have Power Play Cleaner.
So the actual product you see is right up there, and we set out to find something that would not only disinfect it to get rid of the acne-causing aspect of it, but also deodorize it, make sure it kept it smelling good during the season, and even after.
So this is, if you guys want to smell it, you can, but you don't have to. And then, so this, just imagine the smell, I guess. It's bad, it's bad. And then this is with our Power Play Cleaner. Would you guys like to smell the finished version of this? Or
I'd like to smell
at the
both.
bottom?
Yeah,
Let's
Oh, you
smell
wanna
both.
Yeah, I don't care.
Just spray it on real quick. This is how you apply it.
It's the dirty
This is
one.
the regular, I assume it smells the way I assume, yeah. Yep. It's okay.
And this is,
It doesn't smell chemical either. Was that the first time you sprayed it, just now?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first time I sprayed it.
Truly?
Yeah,
Yeah, truly.
truly.
So our UVP is a product that will clean, disinfect, and eliminate odor, and leave a fresh scent on athletic gear. And so our target market is not only going to be the players, whether it be a high school or middle school athlete, but also the parents, because I know a lot of athletes don't actually clean their own gear. I know a lot of people have their parents do it for them. So this product will make it not only quicker and easier to do, but also make it easier on parents. And we went with the lavender scent through our interviews because we found lavender came back as a fresh scent that isn't too strong, but also smells good enough as a scent to leave on the pads.
So the three of us as a whole, we have over 3,000 followers on Instagram. So what we did was we posted a link to a survey about our product. 65% of people say that they have this problem, and 35% of people say that Power Play is the solution. Now, our competitors. Our first one is Vapor Fresh. I personally used Vapor Fresh this season, and I wasn't a fan of it. It disinfected, but it also irritated my skin a little bit, and there was no fragrance, no scent. I wasn't very fond of it. So another product I used was Febreze Sport. I used both at once, because this one doesn't disinfect. It just gives it a nice athletic smell, but it didn't get the job done, I personally felt. Now, how we're different. The way we're different is, instead of having to put Vapor Fresh and Febreze Sport, it's essentially both of those. It's a deodorizer and a disinfectant. Now, we have an Instagram and a Twitter for our page so we can distribute to more people. And our Instagram, we just started it 2 weeks ago, but we've got 44 followers, and we post content almost like skits just so we can get people entertained and interact with more people. Because if we post serious stuff right now, I personally don't feel like we'll get that many people. We want to show that we're people, That makes sense.
All right, for our Tam and Sam, there are about 332 million people in the United States. About 1.3 million play football, 550,000 play hockey, and 830,000 play lacrosse. And that totals to about 2.7 million people that play either hockey, lacrosse, or football in the United States. And why hockey, lacrosse, or football? They're all sports that involve pads, and pad sports are the most smelly. If you're playing golf, you're obviously not going to get that stench that hockey, lacrosse, and football get. And for Sam, there are 22 high schools in Lake County. We did just our area. There are about 43,000 students and an estimated 14,781 athletes in Lake County, student athletes. And then we estimated that we could get about 10% of those athletes, which totaled to be 1,481 or 1,478 reachable student athletes in Lake County. And our BMC, where we want to be, the local pro shop, Fred's. I go there personally to get all my hockey needs, to sharpen my skates, everything. I think everybody at Carmel that plays hockey or around this area also goes there. And I know the owner, he's nice, he's chill. I think that once we finalize our product and get it out there, if we ask him, I'm sure he might let us sell it in the shop as a starting point. And then where we would want to be in the future, these are future goals. Dick's, obviously, because our brand is for sports, and Dick's is a sporting company. And Amazon, because when you think of Amazon, every product is on there, and we would like to be on there too at some point. And then our first try of our product, this right here is our second try actually. Our first try was a little travel container that was too small. It didn't have the spray as like this one. You could spray it and it kind of just coats the whole thing. The first one, it didn't coat it well. Also, we added too much fragrance the first time. So it was a good smell, but too much. So it wasn't the greatest.
So our ingredients we used in this one were actually just water, polysorbate 28, lavender and eucalyptus oil for the scent, phenoxyethanol, carboyl glycol, and mixed tocopherols.
And then next time you walk off a football field or skate off the ice, you could get out with confidence knowing that you don't smell too bad. Thank you.
I can go first, yeah. I think you guys did phenomenal. I like the product in and of itself, as well knows, we graduated together. We both played football, so I can very much so relate to that smell that you guys presented with us. I like that you had a second prototype already, which shows growth and changes, and you had the ingredient list. That's pretty cool that you got your hands on all that type of stuff. I like how you did the market analysis too. That was pretty cool with knowing that the local sports owners figure out approximately how many student athletes are just in this area as a starting point, which was pretty good. So the only question I would kind of have is when you get the scale, have you looked into packaging, how to get that many kind of bottles? How long does the bottle last? Like, how is it a whole season? Is it 2 seasons? What's the turn on the product? And then I'd love to know a little bit more about the difference between the sprayers as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Do you want to answer any of those questions before I jump in?
Yeah, so we haven't looked into the manufacturing yet. That is something we're going to do in the future, probably right after this presentation. But yeah, we're looking forward to that in the future. So.
I thought you guys did a nice job. I think your presentation was clear. You were compelling with the smelly gear, and then the prototype actually smelled pretty darn good. So nice job there. I have a couple of questions. What are you thinking? I know you've done some competitive analysis. What you had talked about the Febreze Sport and then the Vapor Fresh. What are you thinking for a price point? Have you done any research on pricing or anything of that nature?
I can take this one. So, the Vapor Fresh and the Febreze bottles are a little bit smaller volume-wise. They sit at about $20. So when we were shooting ideas about it, it cost me, myself, because I made both prototypes, and that bottle right there, it cost me about $16 to make. So I was shooting around a $23 pricing point. Since it is bigger and it is going to be a better product, I believe that $3 more isn't a heavy ask, and that would be a $7 profit.
That's something, that's great. That's something, for your next presentation, I would spell out, what your revenue model is, right, and how you plan to price. The other thing is as you continue to evolve the product, what are you thinking? I know you've done a lot with Instagram, which sounds fantastic, how you're engaging currently. What is your next step in terms of collecting data to really understand who, just to hone in on your market and really understand, do they want the bigger bottle? Is the smaller bottle preferable for away games and things like that? But what is your data strategy to really understand your market?
So a lot of our former teammates are Division I, Division III, Division II. They're all going to different schools across the country. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them ask all these schools and see what they think. We're going to have them try it during college games. We'll still do it in our high school games, so we're all juniors, but we'll just we'll ask them across the country.
Yeah, I would just, that's a great strategy of good connections. I would just continue to, as much data and analysis that you can continue to do is going to make whatever your final product better, so that you really understand who you're going for and what they really need. So that'd be my only suggestion. But overall, really, really nice job. You guys have progressed that pretty far, so thank you.
Thank you.
Overall, I thought you did a good job as well. I think the most compelling piece, instead of asking us to smell it, I'd be like, you gotta smell this. Don't give us a choice, because that's the most compelling piece. Before and after. So much what you're saying, you started with a market of 27 million, but then you got it down to a reachable of 1478. So my initial question was like, what, is that market really big enough? If you're talking about going local, so was your strategy starting small and growing bigger? Amazon's huge.
Yeah, that was our strategy. This is just like a guess for the people we know around us. So yeah, our strategy is to grow bigger though eventually.
So kind of testing it out, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Donovan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I thought you did a great job of using your hands. You make you look alive, right? So when you're talking to us, you're walking a little bit, so you're making us kind of walk with you. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit more engaging. I thought that was terrific.
Thank you.
I thought you guys would probably use a little bit of a stronger start and a stronger finish, because you want to engage people right away, but then you got to close, with whatever, restating whatever your product is in your sales pitch. So I think you could probably improve on both of those. One thing I wasn't clear on, and I would imagine this matters, is in how you test this, how long does a fresh scent last?
We haven't gone that far into testing yet, but we've tested it before, and it lasts at least one practice or one time you've been on the field. So
We don't have an exact answer, to be honest.
Just curious, if you test it over time, does it kind of last? Does it make it smell better? Is it still smelling good the next time you put it on?
So it doesn't make it smell better over time. It just cleans it and coats it again. It doesn't make the pad smell better, but it makes it smell good enough to play and good enough so when you're walking off, you don't smell bad.
Because I think you said with some of the other products, there was skin irritation, it didn't have a scent. And what you're trying to solve for was something smelling better, less stinky, reducing acne, kind of deodorizing. So maybe making sure that that's what the product does, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was it. So overall, great job.
Thank you.
Kind of good trajectory.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Can you guys spray the smelly one right now?
You want to spray it up?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Can I see the smelly pad too?
Yeah.
Because I do remember this when I played, and
this
it
one?
hits you like a brick wall when you like open a locker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's
That's disgusting. And it's hard to clean up. Who made it? It works. And it doesn't smell chemically. It doesn't smell kind of. I remember the first smell. It was not.
Unlocked a lot of memories there.
Yeah, so I love that works. I think it's really cool. I agree with what they all said. Have you guys ever heard of Dude Wipes by chance?
I've not.
Dude Wipes, yeah. I think there's an who are the two competitors? Febreze and then what?
Vapor Fresh.
So those two are owned by massive companies. Procter & Gamble owns Febreze. I think there's an opportunity. You guys showed us your Instagram, which I think is great, but there could be an opportunity to lean into the fact that this is a fun product and you are younger and maybe you're different and more innovative than a Procter & Gamble. You definitely have less chemicals than their product. Nothing against Procter & Gamble.
Right.
But there might be an opportunity here. How do you differentiate? Because you're a consumer packaged goods. And so ultimately you'd be like in a store where you'd have to get eyeballs. So I think there might be an opportunity for you all to have a little more fun with it too.
Perfect.
Get weird with it.
Yeah.
Go to Dude Wipes and look at their marketing.
Okay.
They are not a joke either. They do like 150 million in sales. So I would just say have fun with your product because it seems like you guys are all passionate about it. You know it. And from what I just smelled, it works. I don't know how long that would last. Maybe it lasts just for 30 minutes and then the BO comes back. But if it doesn't give you skin irritation and it smells the way it just smelled where I just sprayed it, I mean, I still look for products like this for shoes. I was in a men's hockey league and I mean, those pads were brutal after a few practices or whatever. So I think you have something there if you could package that product in a fun way, but how do you stand out against they are a massive company. And so you'd have to get out there with eyeballs and fun, creative marketing approaches. So look at Dude Wipes, and I know it's, you think to yourself, oh, they're focusing on dudes. That's okay, you guys are focusing on athletes.
Right.
And you're focusing on a specific sport. It's a huge market. Yeah, have fun with it. I think you might have something there.
Perfect.
It's a good product from what I just smelled.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, PowerPoint Cleaner. Well, we took my, what I was going to say, but I know some athletic always could benefit with their product during football season.
I think today
I think that educated by a unique environment that you not see in other
Did we do good? Let me know. Why is it orange?
areas of creating a business, you get the hands-on experience of being an entrepreneur. The class is what you make it to be, and what you put into it is what you get out of it. This class offers like crafting quality email, the phone manufacturer over the phone. Whatever it may be, the experience will always be beneficial. We'll now have an update from our new
I saw Russia right there.
Yes. And it's actually MVP. Great start.
PJ, press the bell at the top.
The bell. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Allie.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Bark Armor Dog Beds 2024 status update. This is our agenda. We're going to be going over some things that we've done since the May 2023 final pitch. So what is Bark Armor? You guys might not recognize the name or the logo. Last year we were Prime Dog Beds. I'm the only one from Prime Dog Beds that's here today. The other three did not continue with the class, but Prime Dog Beds started as a dog bed company that makes durable dog beds that are ensuring that you don't have to buy another dog bed for your dog's lifetime. So one of the first things we did is we changed our name to Bark Armor. Then we got our LLC. This is a huge step for us. We're really happy with that, and it's a big step in moving to launching. Now we'll introduce our new team. I'm Sean Sullivan. I'm co-founder and co-CEO, and I will be attending University of Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska next year.
I'm Scarlett Lindgren. I am co-CEO and CFO, and I'll be attending Union University in Jackson, Tennessee.
I'm Tommy Greta. I'm the CMO, and I'll be attending Michigan State.
Sean Green is not here today. He's feeling under the weather. He is our CCO, and he will likely be attending Marquette University.
So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the product. First, the two types of foam that are in our bed are a soft foam, which is memory foam for comfort, and then a hard foam, which is orthopedic, which is really good for older dogs for their bones and joints. Then there will be an Oxford material wrapped around the mattress. It's not on that one, but it's commonly seen in ambulance cots and in hospital beds, and it's super easy to clean. You can wipe it off, you can hose it off. And then it'll be wrapped in microsuede, which is what you see here. It's super soft and comfortable for the dog, and it's also really durable, and they can't rip through it. So for the objective of our company, we want to make durable dog beds, which is why all the aspects of the bed are hard for the dog to rip through. And then we want it to be sustainable, so it's really easy to maintain and clean. The cover, you can unzip and throw it in the washing machine. And then, like I said, the Oxford you can wipe down. And then lastly, it's very important to us that the dog is comfortable. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some rough pricing. We plan to sell the bed in 2 different shapes in 3 sizes, a square and a circle, in 3 foot, 4 foot, or sorry, 2 foot, 3 foot, and 4 foot. We suspect that our medium sizes in both beds will be our most popular products. So for the 3 foot square, it'll cost about $78 to make, and we'll be selling for $130 for about a $50 profit. And similarly, for the 3 foot diameter circle, it costs about $83 to make. We will be selling for a little bit more at $140 for about a $58 profit.
Manufacturing. Our manufacturer is Moonlight. Moonlight is a manufacturing company that makes mattresses for regular beds, baby cribs, hospitals, and college dorms. They make college dorm beds for colleges that are Big 12 as well as Big 10. The Big 12 colleges include Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Texas Tech. And the Big 10 beds include Michigan State, Penn State, and Northwestern. How will we market? We'll be using 2 apps to market, Instagram and TikTok. Instagram, we can spend $5 a day to get our ads sent out to 4,000 to 11,000 people. This is very good for us just because of the convenience. However, it is going to cost a little bit of money. TikTok is free, but there also is no guarantee that we can reach a large amount of people. But both apps, we can put our direct link to our website on our videos or ads, which helps them go directly to our website.
So like I said earlier, Sean's not here. He was going to talk about our website if these pictures load. We have 2 pictures of our website just so you guys can look at them. Maybe when we're done, you can pull it up. But yeah. So our future plans, we plan to full launch within the next 2 months and move away from growing the business and start running it. We want to finalize a manufacturing deal. We want a professional photo shoot so that the pictures on our website look more professional. They're not taken from an iPhone. They'll have better quality pictures of the beds and better quality pictures of dogs on the bed. And then we want to grow our social media following so we can get our name out there. Here's the ways you can reach out to us. We have our email, my personal phone number, our website, and then both of our social media accounts. Any questions?
Who's your competition?
Big Barker.
What is it? Can you explain that further?
So Big Barker and Canine Ballistics. So Big Barker makes, similar to us, they make a dog bed, but they don't have the waterproof coating on us, and or on their bed, and they use a different, not as durable material for the cover. And then Canine Ballistics makes, they almost look like military cots. They're on metal stands. It's like almost a tabletop kind of, and it's just like a fabric that swoops down. It's hard for a dog to get through that because it's metal, but it's not super comfortable.
I assume they sell at Petco and.
Big Barker does,
Yeah.
but Canine Ballistics is strictly online.
Okay.
They're also a lot more expensive than us. They like start at $200.
I have 2 dogs. I was about to say these are usually pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Where do you all want to sell?
Okay, Peter's not there. So I think our cheapest one is $120, and then the most expensive is $150.
Sorry, where?
Oh.
Yeah.
We're planning on starting with our website on Shopify, and then we would be open to moving into like local stores and hopefully at some point getting into a Petco or PetSmart.
Considering you guys are thinking of Instagram and TikTok, they're kind of is your marketplace. Have you considered any influencers on either of those sites that you would reach out to?
So right now we're kind of mostly focusing on our own personal website and our own personal accounts. So right now we haven't really thought about getting other influencers as like endorsements or anything, but we'll definitely think about that. Yeah.
People love their dogs. I mean, it's amazing how much money people will spend. So I actually have not thought of a dog bed in a while. They don't last long though, it seems like, and I think being able to wash them is like really key. People really care about the comfort level of their dogs, and so I think showing and testing and how that feels is great. Hard to get a testimonial though out of a dog, right? Have you considered how you would get testimonials?
So last year, one of our big things was testing, and we tested on, I believe it was around 25 dogs. 2 of the dogs actually get products sent to them by Petco and PetSmart because they are known for destroying things. So they send these products to the families, and then their dog uses them, tells if it's durable. Both dogs didn't do anything to the bed. With this prototype right here, the only issue we've had with it was Tommy and I broke the zipper. It wasn't a dog. It was a complete human error, so.
I know my dogs are allowed on like the couches and the beds, and they've never had a dog bed because they rip it up. But this one, they lay on it all the time, so.
Well, there's some testimonials.
Yeah.
If they like it. And then obviously showing, I mean, I have no idea if you can pull this off or not, but like kind of like the competitor dog bed, what does it look like versus where does the dog go?
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's pretty interesting.
So I was part of the panel last year, so I got to see my dog beds up close and personal. You guys, I will say, have come together and present as a really cohesive team. I know that obviously you're the core member on it, but Scarlett and Tommy, I think you jumped in and really you look very cohesive. You guys have done a tremendous amount of work to get it to where it's at this year versus last year. So really nice job. I don't really have any questions other than you're all leaving. Are you truly planning on pursuing this as you move into college?
So when I was on my visit at University of Creighton, they actually have, so I told them about this, and they have a program that will help me continue to grow this. And I know Sean, I know Scarlett, and I know Tommy, they're invested in it, and they're ready to keep going next year.
Amazing. Nice job.
Thank you.
I just want to echo what everyone else said. I thought the presentation, like fit and finish, was very polished. You all knew your stuff and you knew where to kind of go. I like the testimonials was going to be my question too. I would do some maybe more comparisons in your presentation just to kind of show why you're better and stuff like that. But yeah, I really liked it. So.
Thank you.
I'm going to show some of your slides.
Yeah, can you back up?
You guys had a great mentor last year.
Yeah.
It's the one with the website. All the way.
Other way.
Yeah, that way. I just wanted to show them the website. If it loads. Moonlight loaded? Good old Wi-Fi.
Just leave it. All right, thank you. You good?
Shake hands. Thank you. Thank you.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Buck. Hopefully the dogs try to unsuccessfully fighting through and attacking me. That's a story for another time.
Squeeze like too hard, I felt it. Technical, but you figure out the technical difficulties. Yeah, we can. Okay, then we're putting them right here. No, let's put them right here. Sean, yours were fine. It was fucking mine.
Just take a look at the website.
Yeah. Honestly, thank God the schools. Good job. Thank God I memorized the schools, dude. I would have been so screwed.
That was good. That was good.
It was pretty easy to memorize schools.
That was good for a second one year.
Yeah.
And that was good
Yeah,
for
I
the
forgot.
MVP. That was good. I'm happy with that.
That's our second. I can take this one.
You guys can toss these on, but like, they're obviously on, so like, don't talk too much, but they're gonna reconnect to the internet, so. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I'll just pull up. All right. You guys on camera? You guys are over here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Strive, and our goal is to bring weather and water-resistant stock for athletes to use in the elements.
My name is Mario Berardi. I'm a junior. I'm the CEO and I play hockey here at Carmel.
My name is Gavin Stanley. I'm the CFO and I also play hockey here.
My name is Aaron Skozinski. I'm the CMO, and I also play hockey here.
So coming up with our product, we thought about a story where this is a picture of my ice rink I have in my backyard every year. A couple years ago, I had a friend who came to my ice rink to skate, and he ended up getting snow into his skate, which turned into water, and he ended up getting frostbite. And we learned he's not the only person that deals with this. And we learned that playing in wet weather conditions can lead to blisters, redness, and other injuries, but most importantly, it can lead to injuries, fractures, and breaks.
Now, we wanted to make a solution for this. What we decided on was a 3-layer technology put into a sock. So the outside, which would be the top blue layer, it would be durable for athletes so that they can reuse the sock. And it would also be moisture wicking so that water wouldn't be trapped inside the sock. The middle would be like weather and water resistant, what we want to use to keep the weather out, the water out, things like that. And then the inside would be purely for comfort. You know, you don't want to wear a sock that's uncomfortable, something that doesn't feel right on your foot, so that's what we chose for the inside. So just like you guys, we had to combine our materials. So we chose on the outside, we have a rubber pattern to keep grip. This one, we have polyester nylon hybrid. This is moisture wicking, and it's also washer and dryer. The middle is where the real technology gets put in place. This is everything laminated polyester. It's used in like baby diapers, things like this, and it's actually meant to keep the water in. But we found out that you can reverse that and actually keep the water out. This is a great material. It's very durable. It does the job perfectly. Against able to touch, it's comfortable on your foot. You know, that's way cool. They were heavy, and they actually absorb most of the water, even if the water didn't touch your foot. We wanted to go to a different approach. We went to something different and more water repellent. Now we figured out that these actually do work, but a big thing with this is that they're not weather resistant. This is stop on. This was very good at repelling the water, but it wasn't resistant like we wanted. So we ended up switching over to this polyurethane laminated polyester. And this worked great. We really fell in love with this material right here. We thought it fit all our benefits. So in testing, I did a water test and a weather test. I wrapped them in the materials, and I put my foot in water for a minute, and then I put my foot on a block of ice for a minute. All these other ones really failed, but what really stood out to us was perfectly. I didn't feel cold when I had it on my foot, and it actually kept all of the water out. I put it to the test right now. Now obviously the water is going to be absorbed by this material. This is just a placeholder to show that rubber on the polyester. So you see a small puddle right here, and this would be very interesting because your foot would be in a shoe. You can place it on the outside. Right, it's going to absorb the water. It's going to absorb most of the water, right? So it's going to be absorbed here. It will be absorbed by the polyester. But the polyester is wicking, so it should dry pretty quickly. But as you can see, right, it might feel wet here, but it feels inside, and the cotton is completely dry. If you want to feel that. And then the great thing about these materials is they're washer and dryer safe, and they're pretty easy to produce and manufacture. They're standard materials.
So our customers, we would like to market to high school athletes, college athletes who are passionate about their sport. They would like to excel in their sport. They would also like style and be comfortable when they play. And also, maybe they post online, like on Instagram. They get some pictures when they're playing. Maybe they can post pictures. People see the socks, and they like the socks because they have. Our main million. So we did a survey to around 70. It could be if it was foggy, the dew from the fog gets on the turf is wet, then hockey, the water or the snow gets in your skate, it melts and it turns into water. Once it gets in the skate, it's not going to come out. And it's really uncomfortable. Those surveys, 88.2% of people they are playing in. Their socks get wet more than 50% of the time, so it could cause injury, could make them lose traction. Like in skating, when my socks get wet, I lose traction and I get really uncomfortable. And then since it's cold and ice rink, my feet get really, really cold, and it's really hard for me to get comfortable again. I'm sure for football and soccer and lacrosse, and baseball, it's the same. Once your feet get wet, you're not gonna feel very comfortable again.
Their mistakes, so we can be better than them and can better compete. So looking at problems, it's not very breathable. Seal skin, the functionality wasn't great. They didn't keep the water as they said they did for most people. And for gore wear, comfortable.
Important thing for us is getting our product out there. We have a lot of young athletes, and I can speak for most young people. They're on social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, ads. Those are just some of the examples we put. You can Facebook, things like that. We just want to hit the nail on the head and really get it out where we know we need. So we chose social media as a good marketing strategy to start. So where we want to start selling is online or local shops. So where we play, where the Carmel hockey team plays is in Vernon Hills, and there's a pro shop called Fred's in Vernon Hills that people on the hockey team get their skates sharpened at. And you get your skates sharpened, you're there for like 15 to 20. You don't have anything else to do. You're just there. So when I was there, I used to just shop looking at things, and if we can get our socks in there, people will find them and they get uncomfortable and they want to try the socks. If they like the socks, they can tell other people about it. They can get more people and more people to sell. And get our product, and they can try. In our future partnership ideas, we would like to the uniform socks are provided by the player. We can help them.
Relatable story. I like that you had all the and you were engaging with. I like that you're all matching. Shows for these that's fit pretty good too. What you were talking about, there wasn't a lot of stuff. The only two questions I had, what is the strategy of how many wears season, whatever, and then how did you research materials to beat out competitors?
All right, so longevity, we haven't. Kind of went out and tried to find out why there's some variance on the things. It's just what I could get or what I found.
We want to have a lower price to be on the edge, but we also want to have like a
Does Nike or Adidas or Under Armour have something like this?
I mean, they have moisture wicking socks, but they don't have anything that's really water or weather resistant. Nothing specialty.
Do you know how much they cost?
I know I have like five or six Nike socks at $25, and that's on the sock. And dry fit can range in prices anywhere from like 20 to 30.
Are your socks going to be? You mentioned customizable twice. Are they all going to be customizable, or is it going to be finished as well?
We were planning on just like a basic set that we would sell, but partner with like teams and give them custom ones. I'm sure we could probably work with custom. But I think mainly we just have a basic one.
So I have a couple of questions and a comment. So question, there's a lot of layers. So you mentioned the cotton Nike socks, 5 foot. But the layers work so that you strike a balance between comfort and bulk, because you're targeting athletes that want to.
What we're doing now is brush cotton, like I said. So, I would say socks. So I don't know. Just so like I said, the other ones were thicker and they were more uncomfortable.
Thank you for that answer. Now this around versus wet. The element socks don't, if they don't get to that. But then how that out right from the interior out? How do you, is the intent that the cotton, that all of this sort of pulls the sweat away, the cotton stays dry? Have you thought about that? I know that was one of the comments, I think, from Seal Skins or one of your competitors, but have you thought through that?
Not directly. We chose it because it was thin and it does release moisture pretty quickly. But we haven't thought of just a specific thing to have it breathable yet. We're just working on the materials for that.
Great. Presentation was really crisp and clear. I agree that I like the cohesive dress. I think you did a nice job. This is your first presentation. Just say, show up with confidence. You guys have a really cool idea here, and show up like that. I know you're nervous, but we believe in you. Like, you have a lot to offer. Show up and share your excitement. The one comment that you made, kind of made me see that you're excited. You said, we fell in love with this material. I love that particular material. But show up like that because we want to hear your. If you want us to buy into your story and invest in you, see your energy, your excitement, we want to see what you fell in love with this product. So sure, you'll have a more compelling story and we'll be with you along the way. That's one piece of feedback. And then the second piece of feedback is work together. A lot of eyes, please, and this is a huge investment of time, of your money, big experience. Make sure you're in it together. We've seen other teams present. You can tell when there's a cohesive team, a team that's sort of individually. You're supporting one another, that you're in it together because your product's going to go a lot further if you're. But overall, really nice job.
Yeah, I would probably echo what the rest of my colleagues have said, but I think it's a great first start for the three of you. I wrote it down. I did hear a lot of eyes too. I'm not sure if one or two of you are doing more of the work, but you do have to pull together. It's really important anytime you're part of a team. Everyone needs to show up. That's the most important thing. I thought the graphic photo was like, ooh, okay. That's kind of getting me to listen right away. And that's, a part of this. I like seemed high. If the competition is higher, you do want to be at a price point. One question I have is, do you feel like you're limiting your markets? People wear socks.
us to get into the market for stocks.
Okay.
We thought of taking that first and maybe expanding.
And just on that, we really just wanted to focus on one thing now because for us to make it for a lot of different things, so we just want to like put it specifically into one thing and find a fix for like a specific problem. You know?
How did you guys discover that if you just reversed the fabric, that was that's kind of like your secret weapon here, right?
Yeah.
How did you discover that?
So we were like researching, and then obviously like our moms would use this for us when we were babies, and I brought it up to my mom, and my mom was just like, "That's a great idea." So we put it to the test. It was really just almost like just love. We just struck gold with this one.
Mm-hmm. That's terrific. You mentioned that you think that this product is easy to produce and manufacture. Do you have any research that would back up that comment?
Yeah. So I went to Joanne Fabrics in specific when I picked out these materials, and I was talking to the workers, the managers there, and they're telling me that they're all standard, that they all get shipped there regularly. So we looked into it, and they're standard materials, and there's nothing special about them besides obviously the designs on them. So they're common, and they get them from a manufacturer regularly.
Well, sounds like they're well used.
Yeah, they're very popular
Yeah.
in the manufacturing.
And I do understand it would be hard to like sew a sock, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's probably your next step, right?
Yeah, we've reached out to about 20-ish manufacturers. We haven't really gotten anything right back from them, but we're going to continue.
Yeah, we're also in contact with the seamstress that can also make us a prototype if we can't get to any manufacturers sometime.
They this like the floor.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking for.
yeah, we think so.
Would it be this thick?
Well, like you said, like on there wouldn't be there. It would just be like the rubber dots on top of the polyester.
Got it.
So it would be like around that thick. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they would do a more professional, clean job of doing it. This was kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it would make it a little more clean.
Clean presentation. I thought it was so far the cleanest visual presentation, which I enjoyed. I agree. Have a little more fun with presenting. You guys don't have to be so serious and to the point or all the bullet points that you want to touch on. Have fun with the presentation. It'll help sell what you're trying to sell to us. But I agree with what most of the people said. I think walking us through the financial aspect of this, again, would be helpful, what the margin is on your product, or at least your target, and then what you're selling it for, who you're selling to, how much you'll be selling it for. It's good to know since this is a lot of people will be using. So overall, though, well done.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Mark. I'll take it. I got it. That's this.
Thank you, Stride. I would sure love a pair of those socks during the wintertime because I hate the snow and the cold. So for the panel here and everyone looking down the line, a little following, after these presentations, the group will be back here in May to give you guys a final pitch. The goal is that they will have expanded, you guys have told them, and hopefully grew it into something bigger. And of course, in the pitch, we have a lot more people here with family. Day, have Wi-Fi figures. So I'd like to have Cord Shield come to the front to give us their.
Let's go.
Hi. How many of you guys have had a cord lost or broken? How many of you guys have had a family member take your cord? Now, how many of you guys have a personalized or unique cord design on your cord? That's why we to customize your cords and protect your cords, whether it be from water, tangling, or fraying over time.
I'm Nick Dustra. I'm a sophomore at Carmel Catholic High School.
I'm Andrew Carnes. I'm also a sophomore at Carmel Catholic High School.
I'm Ryan McNett, and I am also a sophomore.
The major problems that our target audience has is tangling of cords like this, lots of messy cords. It can be a tripping hazard, environmental damage of your cords, whether you leave your cords in a car or if you have cords outside. They can get damaged over time. Broken cables, such as on the tip of an iPhone cord, it will start to break and fray over time, and that can be a hazard to your hands or pets if you have pets. That's unnecessary time and money on fixing your cords, whether that be buying new cords after your old cords break or just trying to fix your cords if you have a broken cord already. Teenager or young adult, preferably in high school or college, they commute to work every day. They're plugging in and unplugging their phones and computers because they use them a lot. Just someone that uses cords on the daily, plugging and unplugging cords, and they do all these things on a daily basis, use a lot of cords. So we bought two of our competitors' products. The first product we bought was a braided cord sleeve from a brand called Alex Tech. We had many issues with their product. It comes with a 10-foot cut of a braided cord sleeve that you apply onto an iPhone cord or to hold multiple cords together. When you cut the cord, it ends up fraying at the end, and they tell you to use a lighter to stop the fraying, but their material is a fire hazard because if you light it, it's very flammable. And then our next product we bought was from a company called Pet Protectors. It was really stiff and hard to use. It was just a tube of like plastic, and it apply to a cord, but it was very durable but not very flexible. So we're trying to fix issues.
All right, so are you from our competitor? Do we try to change the material? We also make it more fashionable, and also we have one thing that nobody has before is customizable design, like collars. We used to choose to embrace your personalizations yourself. And also we've changed a lot in design, such as we made it. We're choosing another material other than PE or PETE like our competitor. We're choosing the durable cotton mesh, the material that nobody's had thought about before. It's really good for braided cord sleeves because it makes it look beautiful, and it's also can like increase the durability. Serve everything you want for a cord protection. And for our TAM and SAM, so our total addressable market, we've searched it up, it's around 135 million people are owning an iPhone in the US right now. And our serviceable market, it's around 12.67 million people, because these are the numbers of people owning an iPhone in Illinois. And so how we came up with this idea, so this came up by my own story. So I'm a teenager, which means I use my phone a lot. I charge it like mostly every day, like actually every day. And so I charge it before I go to sleep and after I came back from school. But my cord just doesn't keep up with me. So I charge it so much and it started like breaking on the tip, but I didn't realize it until one night. I was like, it's like a habit. I reach down my bed and take my cord to plug in, like usually, and then it's like the wires inside, it's like coming out, and I got zapped. And so I cannot sleep for the next 2 hours. And I came home, I came to school another day, and I'm like a zombie, I'm gonna be honest. And I don't think anybody would like that. And so that's why I was thinking about this idea, and then I informed it to my friends, and all of them was like, yeah, I have that too.
Alright, so our solution to this problem is the cord shield. The cord shield will protect your cords from all types of damage, including pets biting on it, just damage over time, fraying, and buying our competitor's product, we just really like the feel. We just really love the feel of the braided sleeve. We just thought that we just like it. And another design choice that we thought to use was a end. So the main issue with the braided sleeves is that they all just had like an open end. So we thought if we used it would be more secure at the ends of the cords. So it wouldn't add a lot of tension for it. And then the that we use are going to a customized component. We thought to use this because most of you guys raised your hands on the answer question. Who here has had a cord by family member? We see that if we have some color options to your cord, then if I were to have a red cord for my sibling, white cord, and I would know that it is a red cord. Other was actually cotton mesh. Just because if you're buying a cord protector, you want it to be durable and really durable cotton mesh. And right here, that's the cotton mesh that we hope to use in the future. And this is the heat shrink end. It goes in and you just use the hair dryer or blow dryer, whatever it's called. But you spray it in for like 30 seconds and it will shrink completely. And then right here is the braided sleeve that we hope to use in the entire video.
Alright, so prices for materials are extreme, with only 43 cents for Flexo and 75 cents for shrink flex. This is going to put us way ahead of competitors that are prices for a foot at like $1.60, where we can aim for only $1. Alright, so our game plan, marketing and stuff, so email. Nobody really looks at their, like, when they're marketing something, it generally goes to the spam folder, so it's really not the best. Let's get it out to some people. Then comes video marketing. TikTok platform, many people want it, especially in our target audience. Be able to bring it to our target audience for virtually nothing. Rewards and we're not planning on doing that early on. Maybe more, have more money and are able to do it. And then comes influencers. They are huge, help us immensely because they'll bring us to the people we're looking for. They'll just help in general. Alright, advertisements and social media is huge. 90% of all teenagers social media. And we're mostly aiming at teenagers. Alright, the average person a day sees 10,000 ads. But if we can get ads in there, so like 100 people at least are down. We'll reach tons of people. So much for listening to us. Do any of you have any questions?
Is it any issues, look, you mentioned that cause any issues with the product and or anything like that?
Our product is that we're gonna use the cotton mesh for like the ports, like the long part. We're gonna add the heat shrink. So it feels like we're adding two products into one at the same time. So the heat shrink will help you protect the tip of the cord. It's not gonna break that. Yeah.
Is the cord itself customizable, or is it something that goes over the cord?
It's a protector, so what you do is there's like zip down the middle, so like a cut down the middle. You can open it up and then put your cord. So then we cut the cord protector rather than the cord, so you don't have to buy that. You have to buy a protector to protect your cords. It can bundle up cords.
Like an Apple cord, and then you're putting something over it. Okay. I thought it was a nice presentation. I thought you should have started with your story like right away. Maybe just from a criticism of the presentation. Start with like the problem that you had, because it was a good story. You kind of I think the pricing was a little kind of washed over.
you said your target market is teenagers or young adults. I was just wondering. It's an interesting concept, and I think.
All right. Again, I'll just everything I agree with. Start with your story. Zap pulls people in. Zap because you'll. Again, the feedback we gave to the other team, I think will probably lighten up with it. Like just have fun with it. This is kind of interesting and us to buy your product. So be excited. I know it's your first time presenting your service, but pull us in. Like make us excited with you. Your excitement. I have a question about sort of building on Lisa's comments. Your value prop is around your material, your fashion, and organization. And related to your target market, I know you're saying things. I wonder when you talk about the fashion and the customizable, if you do into who really is your target, because one of the comments you made is like, how many times has your family member stole your cord? Or it may not be just teens. You may be targeting families or people who all live in a dorm together so that you can distinguish your cord, right? So this whole idea of fashionable or customizable, that goes, I heard you saying, even though you're about value prop, is that is to stay my cords. I don't want my brother, my sister, whomever, I don't want anybody stealing my cord. Anyway, I think you should dig a little bit deeper on your value prop, make sure you're going into what truly you're going to market and collect the data. I know you're still early. A little bit more data collection so that you can really overall they're doing it.
Can I build on that real quick? I think an issue that I had earlier on, that's why I like the story, is create some urgency in what your problem is, because I don't know if I would purchase something like this, because I don't care if my cord's stolen or not. Like, I'll just get another cord. That's just the reality for me. But if you created an urgency for me to feel like, oh, I do want a customizable cord, it will zap me, something will be problematic. I think that, and it's up to you all to create that urgency. It's not up to me to say, I want that in my life. No, I don't care. I'll just have the new Apple cord come in, or I have 10 of them lying around. It doesn't matter. maybe I do want a customizable cord that's more protected, but you have to tell me why. So,
Yeah. Thank
sorry,
you.
I digress.
You clearly haven't had your cords stolen from family
Yeah,
members.
right.
So yeah, kind of like everyone said, I would start with the story. I do like the idea. I would revisit the market a little bit. I think you're limiting yourselves. I get why you go out to the teenagers, because they're going to want to maybe customize it to themselves and have a little bit more of an independent expression, whereas like someone Will and I's age maybe isn't so interested. A little bit. I wanted to ask when you went over the costs, the finances of it, maybe take another look at that.
Yeah.
You've shown PET, and you kept talking about the cotton mesh. So
Yeah.
you're showing costs for PET.
Yeah.
Maybe find the cotton mesh costs for that, and then bring in your competitors, wrapped around a cord. Is what you're on. Although to be
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.